The humble Scrum Master. Once a preserve of software development teams, now a role found in many different industries, attracted to this alluring vision of being agile. And for organizations that are releasing agility, the Scrum Master role is an exciting, interesting, much needed role. But alas, it's pretty hard to define what a Scrum Master does, and it's increasingly becoming a pay-to-play industry where the certification schemes are close to tipping point of outnumbering the number of agile practitioners. It's pretty hard to find a good Scrum Master, but when you do, hold on to them and remember this: it sucks being a Scrum Master. And here are 10 reasons why. Suck number 1 is that Scrum Masters spend more on stationery than they actually earn. Notebooks, post-it notes, Sharpies, sticky things, index cards, more pens, stickers, the list is endless. They spend more time working out which stationery to use than actually doing the job. It takes them a full 10 minutes to move between meetings because they've got to pack all of this stationery away and empty it out, and they're going to need a dedicated stationery carry box. They apply dot voting at every possible moment. They buy notebooks for this allure of the potential and possibility in the notebooks, and they proceed to fill it with awful drawings and scrap notes. They can't walk past a stationery shop or a bookshop that sells stationery without going in, and they tell themselves, I'm not going to buy anything. But they know that they're lying to themselves. They spend ages making sure that their Kanban boards are all perfectly aligned and the right colors are being used. They chastise their team when their team use the wrong colored post-it note. They become, or they already are, stationery freaks, and they love it. But spending more on stationery than you earn? Man, that sucks. Suck number 2 is that when they are releasing agility in their team somehow believe that the Scrum Master is no longer needed. So the team go it alone and they rotate the role around the team, and then they realize how important this role actually is. It's not just about moving stickies and organizing meetings. There's much more to it than that. And the team get tired and they get fed up of doing it, and they plead for the Scrum Masters to come back. The more impressive the Scrum Master's ability to release agility in a team is, the less the team think they need them. That sucks. Suck number 3 is that the Scrum Master is forever having to learn more about humans. They're having to understand human behaviours, motivations and interactions, and humans don't always act rationally. They have emotions, they have feelings, they have days where they act in a different way. This is frankly annoying. So this leads a Scrum Master down a path of self-awareness and learning about humans, and the more they think about it and the more they ponder it, the more it gives them a headache and they have to lie down for a week. They then realise that it really sucks and is painful to be a Scrum Master. Suck number 4 is that Scrum Masters start to see process everywhere, in their home lives, in their work life, in everything that they do. They start to visualize the process. They start to think about how to optimize the flow of work. They do this in their personal life, and it starts to really annoy everybody that they live with. The very people they are trying to help start to get frustrated with this constant, relentless focus on flow and adapting the system and building robust processes, from everything from brushing their kids' teeth to having a conversation. It becomes an obsession. They can't help it, and that sucks. Suck number 5 is that they end up doing everything possible for the team. They buy them cakes every day, they start making them tea, they even start driving their team around to appointments and meetings. They take the servant leadership really to heart, and the team eventually can't operate without the Scrum Master. So it now sucks to be a Scrum Master inside and outside of work. Suck number 6 is that Scrum Masters are forever relentlessly having to defend why Agile works. Even when products are going out the door, value is being shipped, customers are happy, there are always people that do not understand what Agile is. It's this constant, relentless, unending defense of Agile. Suck number 7 is that they have to stop managers, ignorant managers, managers that don't understand how work flows, from trying to constantly increase the velocity. It was 12 points last week, it was 13 the week before, it was 14 the week before that, it was 7 the week before that. In 6 months' time, that velocity has to be 2,000 points. That sucks. Suck number 8 is that they're constantly having to reinvent ways to engage people in meetings, going from balloons and jigsaw puzzles and all sorts of show me a photo of your kitchen to fancy dress. Seriously guys, I'm the only one in fancy dress. I mentioned it in last week's retro. I sent you an email and I sent you a message as well that today's retro was going to be a fancy dress retro. I mean, seriously? I feel like an idiot now. I'm the only one dressed up. Constantly having to come up with new ways to engage people, those resistors of Agile, well, that sucks. Suck number 9 is that Scrum Master's artistic talents are always being criticised and reviewed. They've invested heavily in sketchnoting and other visual facilitation courses and books and online resources, and they are trying to draw and visualise at every possible moment. Every whiteboard in the office has a picture that the Scrum Master has drawn, and it's constantly attracting critique. This is now documented evidence that being a Scrum Master sucks. Suck number 10 is that their reading list is always far too long. They're serious about their career, so they take self-learning to a whole new level. At any given time, they've got 2 million books on their reading list, they're subscribed to 3,000 RSS feeds, and they are following over 4.5 million Agile experts on LinkedIn. Yes, I suspect there probably are that many. All of which leads a Scrum Master's head to hurt and the constant feeling that they are missing out on some new nugget of information, new idea, new way to do something, and that sucks. Bonus reason number 11 is Scrum Masters have to get used to people calling them names. Don't get me wrong, people aren't being malicious, they just find it funny to come up with a name for somebody who isn't even needed on the team in the first place. Scrum Dog Millionaire, Scrummy, Scrumling, Servant Leader, Scrum Rockstar, Scumstar, Scrummer, Scummy. Joking aside, the role of a Scrum Master is essential if you're a manager trying to release agility in your organization. A good one can unblock, they can nudge behaviors, they can really unleash that agility in your organization. But go carefully. Certification schemes have created a plethora, and you know we like that word here at Cultivated Management, a plethora of people on the market who are certified but don't always know how to release agility. And a good way to retain a good Scrum Master is to give them an enormous stationary budget. I am joking, but honestly, joking aside, the Scrum Master role is an essential role, and once you've got that Scrum Master role, once they're releasing agility, once you've held on to them, remember that being them sucks.